How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here, my daughter Lily joining me today with Open Cart Surgery. It's a series of videos that try to get broken games working again by any means necessary if I can. And today we got a great one in Eek the Cat, a game admittedly I've never played. It came with the note and everything. This comes to us from our good friend Sean Jenkins, a buddy of mine, and he says, I bought this at Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2018. I couldn't get this game to work. I cleaned it thoroughly. I tried other methods and still nothing. If you could get it to work for me, I would be grateful. Please send it back if you did, or if you couldn't, you can send it back regardless. That I can do, but let's see if I can send it back working. I mean, that's the point of the thing, without having to go back to the vendor, whoever the vendor was, which happens at conventions. You know, you just kind of you take a gamble sometimes. You should keep track of who they came from, just in case though.
I just want to say something. This looks like Chowder a little.
It does look a little bit like Chowder. Eek the Cat was an awesome show from the mid 90s, kind of like early going into the mid 90s. If you're not familiar, it might be worth checking out sometime. But let's pop it in to see if it works anyway. I'm going to use a Retro Trio 3 Plus. There we go. And probably nothing. I trust him. I mean, he buys enough games that he knows how to clean this stuff, but let's try what we know. Now, of course, you can use Q-tips and rubbing alcohol, nothing wrong with that. I like to use these 1-Up cards. This is not a sponsored or endorsement or anything like that. It's just I think they happen to work, and this one happens to have my face on it. I actually paid the guy who makes these to make a bunch of these so I can use them as my business card and give them out to all the conventions I ever go to. But little fluid side on one side, just like such.
What happens if you accidentally put on the dry side?
Then you just have to flip it around, I guess. They're made to fit right in there, so it's super handy. We could open this up too to get really deep in there, but it's only going to matter with the pins that are showing. And I'm guessing, because he's tried cleaning this, that this probably won't work either, but we'll at least give it a shot. Show me something awesome.
Please.
Nope. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this up. It uses a 3.8 millimeter security bit. You can Google Game Bit or use it, pull it up on eBay, whatever the case may be. And this is for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 systems. I mean, this uses like Game Boy. It's the same screw that uses for a lot of different Nintendo games. And the Super Nintendo games only have 2. Just like that. Oop.
Sorry.
Here's the game. That's all it is.
You look so cute.
No battery or anything. It'll be an easy swap. If we can't get the Bright Boy to work, maybe we'll try a board swap. And if that's not the case, then it's probably just something wrong with the ROM itself. But this board looks good. I mean, it looks like he knows how to clean it. I didn't doubt that for a second. You want to look at it? Sure, go. I've never had a game not work because of Brasso, but this Bright Boy stuff gets the job done. You can look it up. And again, everything I'm using, all the tools I use are linked to my Amazon affiliate in the description of every video I do. So if you're like, oh, what was that thing that he used? What was the whatever? Can I find it on eBay or whatever? Or Amazon? It's all linked right there for you. And you just use it. I mean, it's a brass polisher. It's a metal polisher. So I'm just kind of cleaning these pins. Well, it didn't look like it was dirty, but it's also like when you start working with it and you start getting that action. I'm going to use the other side. Just to, yeah, get to clean up any of the residue. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to use the 1-Up card again. Yep. But let's see if this works. I'm going to pop it in just like this without the shell around it. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Are we gonna have to try a board swap? Well, we could. Now let's go for it. So with this game here, this guy is the only chip you need to worry about. The entire game is on here, then everything else just kind of helps it out. I need to put this onto a suitable board. To find the suitable board, just look for one that looks the same and then has the A right there. If it says J, it won't work. But if the game is a J, then you need to find a board that has the letter J on it. Don't ask me why, I don't even know. If you do know, let me know in the comments. It just happens to deal with how it's all put together here. But I do have a suitable board right here, and I already have it unsoldered. I must have used it for another project or something. But wouldn't that be funny if this was a board that something that wasn't working before? I don't think that's the case though. I wouldn't have kept that around. I'm gonna unsolder this. You can use any unsoldering method you need. I do have one of these desoldering guns, which I think are pretty handy. But however you want to desolder it, that's all up to you. And hopefully, with any luck, it'll come out just with your fingers. Oh, it did. I love it when that happens. Not always. NES games are super hard to do something like that with, but Nintendo games, or Super Nintendo, and especially Genesis games, make it real easy. That's the game right there, and I don't want to lose that. This guy here, I'm going to put it aside just for now, just in case. I'm going to pop it right on this guy. In fact, this thing will fit right on there without even thinking about it. But I still will have to solder this in place. So just like such, but I still have to solder it in place, so I'm gonna bust out my soldering iron. So now this will be relatively easily. All you gotta do, relatively easily, huh? Just solder this in place. All right, and if that's all it took, then that's all it's gonna take. Let's give it a shot. Once again, just with the board, just like this, just like such. Give me some good news. Look at that. Oh, Sean, we got it working for you, buddy. Hey, if you dig videos like this too, and this is your first time here, make sure you check out a whole playlist of videos. I got all kinds of open cart surgery videos. You can marathon them right now. And if you love like new games for older systems, older games for newer systems, awesome gaming items right there as well. Open cart surgery, awesome gaming items, and click my thumbs up, my weird psoriatic, my thumb doesn't bend anymore, thumbs up, to subscribe for more awesome videos always on the way. What a great opening.